As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Mahomes sacked. Tackled.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
Complete to Jeudy.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down.
3rd and 7.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 13 yards, first down Packers.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Going to give this time to the tailback. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and
Mahomes now to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
the Bengals take over first.
Here come the Bengals now to take over. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. of the gun. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Chase Young. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Butker's kick here is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead.
Packers 3, Bengals nothing.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked somewhere else, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So they wind up throwing it against your advice, but the result's still a 4th down.
Well, it did turn out to be a safe throw. And you know how sometimes coaches talk about using short passing game as a run? Essentially, that's what they did there. Now they can kick it away.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Time now for Patrick Mahomes as we put him in our players' spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of him.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. 3rd and throwing now is Mahomes. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Green Bay Packers. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Nothing after 1 on EA Sports.
Packers 3, Bengals nothing.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Mahomes going to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Butker's kick here is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
Bengals nothing.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The Bengals set to take over. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no 1st down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Jerome Baker.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Down at the 30-yard line.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got a Bengals 1st down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
21-yard line.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Cincinnati.
A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals draw even, and of course they can take the lead if they hit the extra point.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Now the try here for the point after. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Mahomes. And a quick throw here. That's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
To number 83. That's a gain of 8. Makes it
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Steps away. He can run for it, and he will. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3 and out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. And here's a leaping catch. He pulled it in. And the Bengals grab it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Second and 11. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, We'll call this play significant.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Patrick Queen, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. That time, a 6-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will get enough for a 1st down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath. Nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's got to be feeling pretty good, playing well. Team has the lead, so just looking to mount a drive here that ends in the end zone.
And all quarterbacks will tell you, hey, we love a running game, helps us out. But at the end of the day, they want to rely on their arm. Throw the football, feel good about things, keep things moving in the right direction. Right now, that's exactly what we're seeing.
And we'll see if that continues.
First down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he held on to it too long. A coverage sack. Down he goes.
13 yards. It's second.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
At the 37-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll start with 2 of the AFC's premier teams of the 1970s. Miami traveling up to Heinz Field to take on Pittsburgh. And it's the Steelers out in front in the second quarter. Tyler Boyd, a touchdown reception. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. Dak Prescott has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they've gone to the half in that ball game with the visiting Browns out on top. The Browns trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This will make it into the end zone, and this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
I think that was good strategy.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
On third down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is brought in at the 21. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game.
And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in this...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Makes the score Bengals 20, Packers 6.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Time now for Patrick Mahomes as we put him in our players' spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Chase Young able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And hang on here, because still down after that play is Marquise Brown. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Out quickly to Judy. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Mahomes. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
In the end zone. It's now 4th.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A 21-yard attempt.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
Intercepted by the Bengals. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
6 yards. And it's
out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
the pass. Fumbled on the play. Recovered by the offense.
And that ball popped free. We can hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
First and 10 at their own.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? Open man. He completes it to Judy.
Complete to Jerry Judy. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Judy. And it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Mahomes now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They're going to look to throw. And he's got him. Got his man on the end round. Complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and 11. They run the option on second down. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
And it's 3rd down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. A check of the scoreboard there in the 3rd in Baltimore. And the Ravens have opened it up a bit, leading by a couple of scores. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Mahomes now on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Mahomes going to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
On the keeper. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
They'll look to throw.
19-yard line.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chase Young able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one's going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals will get the football back. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
A loss of 4 yards.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
To number 46. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
A loss of 7 yards. Another.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt.
1st and 10 at their own.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, That allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe he'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball. Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's caught left side by Judy. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 26. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Mahomes to throw once more. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
And again, it's Mahomes. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that's
backs keep all the receivers alive in a play. Never lie. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now Mahomes. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. It's up and good, a 7-point margin. It's 20-13 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. taken in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A first down run not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
At their own 24-yard line.
Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by 7. A minute 37 remaining. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Mahomes used to moving quickly in college, trying to get his guys to the line. The throw over the middle, taken in. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards on the play, first down.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
To throw is Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He may try and run for this. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And the ball is knocked out, and the Bengals grab it. He's at the 40, past the 20. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Extra point forthcoming.
Extra point.
And the lead is up to 14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
22-yard line.
A About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory. But they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an unbelievable atmosphere, the most historic place in the league, and you have to make sure you stay focused on your task. Otherwise, you can get easily distracted.
Yeah, hats off to them for keeping that laser focus and getting the victory. So for Cincinnati, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.